So this is going to be different from what I usually do because, well, I don't think Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is really worth my time or effort. First of all, I'll say that I was actually ignorantly optimistic about the game, despite it being in development hell for fucking ever and getting tossed around left and right. This was even after I started to get a bad feeling about the game after seeing what the Chinese room was doing with it when they took over and shit too. I mean, the game just looked kind of fucking dull, but I'm someone who likes to wait until I have the final product in my hands before I make any kind of actual judgment. I'll also be real, my time with this series is super limited, so I don't have any real emotional attachment to the tabletop RPG or much of the first game, which I did play a bit, but never actually finished. That being said, I think the theme is what really got me the most interested. We don't really have a lot of games that revolve around vampirism or any of that kind of shit, so I'm down for something that tries to switch it up. Unfortunately, I guess what I'm trying to say is that Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 didn't really do it for me. Like, it's a fine game, I don't think it's shit, but I don't think it's very good either. First and foremost, I think my main issue with the game is the actual gameplay itself. Playing as the main character Fire is fine, it's just the shit that you're doing is kinda ass. In order to unlock skills in the game and whatnot, you need to drain certain NPCs around the city. Like, fine, I get it, you need a way to level up. The problem I have with this shit is how repetitive it could get after a while when you have to deal with the masquerade break of sucking people in public. And then you end up having to run away, and when you get caught, you get fucking instant killed and lose like a fuckload of blood, and it causes you have to do that shit all over again. It got to the point where I just said, fuck it, and only bothered to unlock abilities that I actually wanted. I don't really even think it mattered anyways, because there were only a few skills that felt like they didn't suck complete ass. This leads me into the combat, which is also pretty unremarkable as well. I mean, you'd think with learning new abilities and shit, the game would get better, but it just kind of stays consistently mid the whole way through. Whether it's boss fights or groups of enemies, it just feels like nothing really changes. I mean, it's just punching and sucking off enemies and using your abilities and whatever. It gets so fucking old after a few hours when you start to notice the pattern. And after that, it's like, fuck, I can't believe I spent $60 on this piece of shit. And I think that's really my issue. Like, this is fine for a budget game or something that you buy heavily discounted on like Black Friday or something for like $10, $20 at most. But $60? It's like, fuck that. And that's not even including the DLC and shit. Like, dude, this game has a fucking deluxe and a premium edition. That's so fucking bold, right? Imagine being so confident that your boring ass game needs to have a season pass just to fucking satisfy customers beyond the initial release. And that shit is $35 extra too. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit, dude. Anyways, what other problems do we got here? I guess I could talk about the Fabian parts. So in the game, you also get to play as this detective dude named Fabian for certain sections. It's just shit that's supposed to provide backstory, but in my opinion, it just disrupts the flow of the game. I think some people might appreciate this shit to break up the monotony, but I personally found these parts to be extremely fucking boring. Anytime I had to go through one, I wanted to just bolt through them as quick as possible so I could just go back to killing shit as Fire. I honestly wasn't a fan of these sections, but like I said, maybe someone might appreciate them more than I did. I guess that also throws some shit at the game's lack of RPG elements too. Like, I'll be honest, I did read a bit on the Steam forums with people saying the game didn't have stats and shit, which I'm like, whatever, no big deal. But this game is really bare bones in that context. You do level up and stuff, but all you get is skill points that you can use to unlock the abilities that you actually already unlocked by using that stupid fucking blood in the first place. So it's just more layers on top of layers of stupid shit just to have fun in the game. I think it would have helped to have weapons or equipment or something, which I guess you do get to pick up weapons with telekinesis and throw them at enemies, but this is another thing that gets old really quick. And you do have the ability to dress up Fire, but there's no beneficial reason to do so. It's just so you could see them look a bit different during shit with dialogue, but I don't know, man. I just can't get on with this one. It's fine, it's just whatever at the same time. And you know what? just for the fuck of it, someone else mentioned that the game wasn't doing hot on Metacritic, so I decided to check that out too. The game is basically in the 60s and is getting fucking torched by users, so really, I think the consensus is that this is a very mediocre to below average game. And after playing it, I mean, yeah, I can really agree with that. Maybe I'd be less annoyed if it was cheaper, because it really feels like a budget game, which is sad. It's sad that I still had my hopes up for this game, even after all of the development hell bullshit, and it's sad that a game with such an interesting setting ended up being so fucking boring. I mean, if you want a game with vampire shit, just go play Vampire. That game is way better than this. Otherwise, I'd just wait for a heavy discount on this one, because as it stands, it's just not fucking good. But anyways, have a good rest of your day, and yeah, just pass on this one.